Well, I've learned through a lot of trial and error in my life, and I've been given some great advice along the way. And today I'm going to pass on some advice that I was given. I'm going to show you how to prep a regulator before you install it. What works for me might not work for you. If you know of a better way to do this, well, please leave it in the comment section. That'll not only help me, but someone else. Okay, if you're putting in a window regulator for the first time, well, pay close attention because you need to know this. This fella sent away for his parts and he got this. And, well, having not put one in before, he thought, okay, this must work. See, let me see, it fits right here. And I guess inertia will just hold it into place. Can you imagine the hours of work he must have put in? And how frustrating would it be to work for hours and not know that the part you're about to put in is not going to work? The first time he used it, the window separated from the regulator. So just remember, if you get something that looks like this, or you're trying to make something like that work in your door, no. Make sure your new part looks like this right here. It's attached, all right? Then you'll have a successful installation. If you got this, just get rid of that, okay? Okay, I'm going to turn this over and show you something else now. This is really important, okay? All right, you see these bolts? This is the old regulator, by the way, okay, that I took out. And it had these nuts and bolts in it, see, like this. If you're going to do this job, do not put these bolts in, okay? Don't use stuff like that, because 6 months later, everything's going to be loose and you're going to have to go back in and tighten everything back up again. What a pain in the tush. So get the right bolts and nuts to begin with. Get a 1/2 inch, okay? Get the hex head like this, and then get the self-locking nut, okay? Self-locking nut comes with a piece of plastic at the end of it there, and it locks. As soon as you tighten it up, it's not going to come undone, okay? So get the right nuts and bolts to start with. Okay, here's what you're going to do. When you take it out of the box, lay it flat, okay? This is the night before you even go out to fix the window, okay? Take your part, have the spring looking at you, straighten the eyeballs, okay? Then you're going to take 60 or 80 grit sandpaper, okay? Turn it over, and then start scuffing up the holes. These 4 holes, this one, this one, this one, and this one, okay? Scuff them up real good. Okay, next, you're going to take your bolts, okay? The 4 bolts you're going to put in these holes here. After you've scuffed your bolt up, take some electrical tape and wrap it around the bolt. And you're thinking, what are you doing that for? Well, keeps your threads clean while you're pushing it through the JB weld, okay? And then you put it in after you put on your JB weld. And when you get to the car and you're ready to install it, you just pull off the ends, okay? And if the ends won't come off, then you just see they come off eventually. Okay, you're going to need a couple of little wood scraps. 2x2 will do the trick. And you're going to put it underneath, just like that, okay? And I like to put one under the other end too, just in case I want to put some weight on it. Okay, there you go. All right, the magic elixir for this job, JB Weld, okay? It's the quick weld. This sets up in like 4 to 6 minutes, okay? So it doesn't cure in 4 to 6 minutes. Now, it cures after 6 hours, but I like to do this the night before, and then I let it sit overnight, and then it's cured and ready to go in the morning. Now, take the black tube and make one line with it, and then take your yellow tube and make an equal line right beside it. And then thoroughly mix that together. Then apply it over the hole openings where your 4 bolts are going to go. Then take those bolts and one by one push them into the JB weld. Okay, after you get your bolts pressed down into the JB weld, go back over them now and really put a lot on there. Okay, let that set up for 6 to 10 minutes, then turn it over and aim the end towards you. Now you're going to push those nuts right up into the JB weld on the other end here, just like this. Now the weight of the screwdriver will actually lock that bolt into the JB weld. So you just let that sit there. I let that sit there overnight. You can see how the weight of the handles on the screwdrivers just hold those nuts right in there. Okay, with these 2 holes here at the end, I don't put JB weld all over those because, quite frankly, I'm afraid I'd get the JB weld on the threads. I don't want to do that. So all I want the JB weld to do here is to hold the nuts in place. Through the top of the speaker, you can just reach down and access this one, and you can get a wrench on it, take your socket, tighten it up, pull it back out. This one down here, it's got an interesting angle. You might have to angle down around inside the door and then come at it this angle. All right, I'd have a mirror with you so you can see the inside of the door. It'll make it easier. You can get it there if you got some aftermarket stuff in your way in the door. Anyway, you can get a wrench on it. It depends on what angle you're going to have to do it at on your particular door. But yes, you can get a wrench on these 2 here. After it sits overnight, I like to go out and pull the electrical tape off, and it's ready to install. If you want to see how to install this, that'll be in part 2, how to install the window regulator. If you found this useful, please hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and be blessed. Talk and travel, dog.